Hello, everyone. I have to say, I used to be a barrel racer, so I love following her. That was amazing. So I'm Amanda. Hello, everybody. I'm here to talk a little bit about inspiration. But first, I'd like to get a few confessions out of the way. First of all, I am not a seasoned public speaker, hence the notes. So I'm relying on an old creative visualization trick. So basically, this is what you guys all look like to me. So now that we're all uncomfortable, confession number 2, I am addicted to inspiration. I have a feeling I'm among my people tonight. I have a feeling most of you have come to Ignite Bend to get an inspiration fix. Ignite Bend is the perfect event for people like us. We'll probably all be high on inspiration by the time we leave, or at least I hope so. Bend, Oregon is actually the perfect place for people like us. Here in Bend, we don't just exercise, we multi-sport train. And we don't just drink beer, we relish fine handcrafted microbrews. Bend is really a place for pure perspiration, inebriation, and inspiration. And don't worry, I'm not here to tell you about a 12-step recovery program for inspiration addiction. The opposite is actually true. My mission in life is to get more people addicted to living inspired. A couple of years ago, I traveled to Uganda with Off the Mat into the World to build a primary school and a birthing center. And I can't tell you all the ways that trip changed my life, but I can share a quote with you that sums it up. Don't ask the world what it needs for you to do. Ask yourself what you need to do to come alive, and then go and do that, because that's what the world needs. It needs for all of you to come alive. On that trip, I came alive. I started to shine in this whole new way that I never had before. And I came home determined not to lose that feeling. And we've all had inspiration hangovers, right? You go somewhere fabulous, you work with some amazing teacher, you see this incredible vista, and you get this total high. And then you go home to a sink full of dirty dishes and a day planner full of errands, and before you know it, the thrill is gone. And so you start looking for ways to get that next inspiration high. And you start searching for, the new sport, the new adventure, the new yoga pose, the new guru. And that's when things can get a little dangerous to your health, your wealth, your personal relationships. The remedy is to stop looking far and wide for these larger-than-life inspiration fixes and to start cultivating renewable, sustainable sources of inspiration in your daily life. And those come from right here. So the next time you feel really inspired and alive, I want you to just ask yourself why. Why do I feel this way? Do you get inspired when you're at a concert, just dancing in the front row? I mean, how can you cultivate that in your daily life? It may sound silly, but wash the dishes to Journey, or fold the laundry to U2. Just find a way to bring it in. I realized that it was not going to be feasible for my family to move to Uganda so I could keep feeling alive all the time. So I had to look inside my heart and figure out what had triggered that feeling, what had inspired me. And I realized it was all about working to empower women and girls. So I started an organization that does just that. I work to empower women and girls. So I'm high all the time now, basically. And I have some uninspired days, but if I have too many in a row, I know that it's time to tap into my personal stash of inspiration. One of my personal stashes happens to be running. In typical Bend fashion, I did a few marathons, hurt myself, realized that wasn't feasible. So now I get high on a 5-mile loop very often. As Mother Teresa said, we can do no great things, only small things with great love. And I feel the same way about inspiration. We don't have to do great things all the time, but we can do a lot of small things with great inspiration. One of the most inspiring people I've ever met is Abrams Tekya. He grew up an orphan in a slum in Uganda, not exactly a place overflowing with inspiration. But Abrams was inspired by the breakdancers he saw on MTV, and he found that when he started breakdancing, he came alive, he started to shine, and now he teaches hundreds of kids in slums across Uganda each week. And not only does he teach them cool moves, he provides mentors, and he finds ways to pay their school fees. Yeah. So Abrams didn't set out to change the world. He just went and did what made him come alive. And in doing so, he changed the world for many, myself included. So tonight, I invite you not to break dance, but to find what makes you come alive. And then go and do that. Stop looking outside yourself and cultivate your own source of inspiration. And just let it shine. This is what we need. Ignite it. Thank you very much.